Happy New Year, everybody. A little late.
Merry
A couple
Chrysler.
days late. We're good at being late on the holidays. Joe with the solid 2 weeks later Halloween post and heyo. How was everybody's New Year's this year? And Christmas. We haven't really. I don't think we've been on since before Christmas.
No,
so.
I don't think
it's
so
been
either.
a while.
Yeah.
It has been.
Yeah, we talked about the stressors of Christmas before Christmas.
We did.
But then we didn't talk about Christmas.
We didn't
I
get.
don't
we
think
didn't
I was
get
there
to
for
the-
that.
Yeah,
no,
no,
you weren't.
it was just us three.
we didn't get to
I
the
guess
good
I'll
part
start
of
it off.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. My Christmas and New Year's was spent focused on my new wife.
Heyo.
So, heyo.
Hey.
I got married over the span of Christmas to New Year's time, like right in the week in between. So we partied up in Atlantic City for New Year's, watched some fireworks. Now I'm
Nice.
married and getting ready to go to Spain. So a lot
Living
changed
the
in my
life.
life. Yeah. So
New Year, new Joe.
facts, honestly, yes.
It's a
That's
big year
awesome.
for
Real.
Joe. 2022 is your year, dude.
It is definitely my year. I'm actually so we talked about, what is that thing called? The whatever
Hedonic
train.
Hedonic treadmill.
Yeah, treadmill.
The train.
Train.
I work on trains.
The train.
Yeah, so I'm back on like the high point right now. So I'm very, very happy. And
It's gonna go back down.
I unfortunately, unfortunately, but that's fine. I'll enjoy where I'm at right now. But my Christmas and
Exactly.
New Year's was awesome.
Hell yeah. Hell
That's
yeah.
great.
Hell yeah, dude.
Dude, mine was good too. So I decided to stay here in Omaha for Christmas because I went to Ohio to see family for Thanksgiving, and spent most of it at Rachel's sister's house because they had a bunch of family over and from Colorado. So just spent a lot of time there and had like 3 different Christmases, 3 or 4. I don't know. I lost track.
Oh,
And it was great. Yeah, I mean, her family's awesome, for one. And for 2, it's like out in the country in Blair, so it's like very low noise and everything. It's really enjoyable. And then for New Year's, Talon, you're going to like this. Her family has like a big LAN party every year. Like they just push a bunch of tables together. And like literally we had like 9 or 10 laptops and like gaming laptops on the table. We were playing Valheim. We were playing WoW. It was great.
Dude,
So
that sounds legit.
Nice.
yeah, it was awesome, and that was my New Year.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome.
Mhm.
You said
very
3 or
low
4 different
stress.
Christmases?
Yeah, Dang.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Talk
Just
about
because like her
stressors.
parents came in later, so we had a Christmas with them. Yeah, it was fun though.
Nice.
It was great.
Hell yeah.
Nice, dude.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome.
What about you, Talon? So Christmas was really good. I went home to Colorado for like a week, and I didn't really have that many stressors or anything like that. I kind of wanted just to relax. We went up to the mountains for a little bit. We went to Golden, got some brunch and stuff. So I got to actually, it was the first time I've been to the mountains since high school. So that was like one of Wow.
Oh
my goals is like I go back to Colorado once a year, at least once a year, if not multiple times. It's like, and I never go to the mountains. My mom literally lives 25 minutes from the mountains. Bro, come
Damn,
on.
son.
It's like you go and it's just like you focus on spending time with family, not just like going hiking or like going somewhere else. So it's just like, yeah, went to the mountains. We were going to go to Breckenridge, but the highway got snowed out, so we didn't. And it was like a 2.5 hour drive. So we were like, maybe we shouldn't do it the day before we leave. But then New Year's was shit. Sorry Oh, for my no. language. But on like December 29th, we had a sewer backup in my basement from like my main sewer
yeah.
line. Yeah. It actually wasn't that bad because like what made it overflow was just like bath water, so it could have been worse. It could have been toilet water, but it was bath water. And yeah, that overflowed, came into the basement. Yeah, Gabby's like, yeah, our basement's flooding right now. I'm just like, okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, and then I'm just like,
Well, that's
yeah.
good.
So I had to call because since it's a sewer backup, you have to it's like a contamination issue and stuff like that. So it's like I had to call insurance. I had to do, of course, I had to get the lines cleared and everything. Of course, old house, got clay pipes. It was tree roots and everything. Had to spend like $1,000 to get the thing like hydrojetted and everything to cut all the stuff and clear it up. Luckily, because I had a sewer specialist come out, because at first they're like, yeah, we should probably replace it. But then he came out, put a camera down there. It's not broken or anything. But if it was, the replacement would have been like, he said like 13 to 14,000. I'm just like, yeah. He told me that like the first day, and like I was like, yeah, what's the estimate for like not even a replacement? It's called a pipe burst, where they just put a pipe inside the existing pipe, so not even a full replacement. And I just like nonchalant, he's like, yeah, it's gonna be like 12K. I'm just like,
Yeah, you
okay.
what?
I'm just like,
Do you
yeah,
take
I was just like,
Bitcoin?
yeah, just like nonchalantly. I'm just like, yeah, I think every single year we're just gonna get that thing cleaned out, or like because it's like if anyone because Roto-Rooter's like nationwide of a company. If anyone uses them, they can have like a sewer specialist come out with a camera for free. They do that for free. So like every single year, I'm just gonna have like a sewer specialist come out, look at my pipes, see if there's tree roots or not, instead of dropping 12K now. And I was just like, this is going to be a rental house in the future anyways. So I was like, I might as well, if I'm going to replace it in the future, I'll do it when it's a rental, because at least then it's a tax write-off. So I'll save like 30% on taxes.
Nice.
So I'll at least do that. But I was just like, yeah, this sucks. So now my basement has like a heater and fans down there. It's all like plasticed off and everything while like everything dries, because like they had to come in, they had to cut like 2 feet of all the drywall, tear out all the carpet, clean it, sanitize it all and everything. I lost like anything that was like in it, like anything that was like cloth or anything. So lost some luggage and stuff. But yeah, luckily insurance is overall taking care of it. I have to deal with like I'm organizing
scheduling
all
that
the
right now.
Yeah, I have to deal with like all the like the organization of all the rebuild and everything, and I'm not happy about that, but that's all good. But they sent my check in the mail for I don't know, it was like 9,000 or something. So
nice.
Yeah.
So when you
Man,
said
the
New
joys
Year's
of
was
being
shit,
a homeowner.
you were being literal.
I was being I mean essentially.
Wow.
Pun
so,
was intended.
yeah. Even now, like, because that was like December 29th, they got here like literally I think it was January 1st or January 2nd to literally rip out everything that like it touched. And yeah, now it's like it's still down there. It's like the whole room's still drying, and it's been like a week later. So
Everything the light touches except the light is sewage.
Yeah.
Well, that was our
Literally.
lessons learned for the day. We're done.
Yeah, right.
Sign it off.
exactly. I know.
Oh
Wow.
man.
That's
Well,
that's good. Like
That's
things-
that's the lesson right there.
Yeah.
Try and buy if you're in the housing market, try and buy a house after 1975 when they stopped using clay pipes. That's the lesson right there.
yeah,
Oh,
Then you don't have to worry about tree roots.
right.
Wow, that's what did it. Tree root.
Yeah, it was tree roots. We only have one tree in the
Dang.
front yard too, so that's the frustrating part.
Oh my lord, that's crazy. Good to know.
Yep.
yeah.
Well, I had a good Christmas.
Go on.
Sorry about your Christmas talent.
Yeah.
For New Year's.
Yeah, Christmas was good. It was just my parents and myself, so like wasn't anything crazy. And then New Year's I spent with a couple of friends and a couple people from work, and we literally stayed up until like 4:30 in the morning playing Cards Against Humanity.
Oh
Bro,
hell yeah,
it was
brother.
great.
The game's awesome.
It was like 4:30, and everybody was like, "We should probably like go home." But it was a lot of fun. It was nice to get to like be around people, especially like people from work, and just like relax and have like a chill setting. So that was cool. But
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
yeah,
That's
it was nothing too crazy.
Very subtle but fun, dude. No, I love that. That's how I
Cards
normally do
Against
things.
Humanity is like one of the greatest games where
I
just
love
like
that
immediately like it's just an icebreaker. Like you could never have talked to this person before. Play Cards Against Humanity with them, and like you'll become friends at the end of the
Oh,
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love.
It's funny
that
because
game.
you could also see how far you could push your sense of humor, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who had this card?
And you have to learn everyone's sense of humor.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great.
Oh man.
Well, now that we've caught up, I wanted to bring something up here. This is kind of like the intro after the intro. Double intro today. Introception.
Yeesh.
An episode within an episode?
Maybe. Possibly. Yes, that's what we're telling you. It's an episode within an episode. Yeah, so been going to the gym still. Been keeping that up from last year. Right? So something you notice this time of year, we're that first week in here. Something you notice, a lot of new faces.
Yeesh.
You know what that means. They have arrived.
The New Year resolutioners.
The New Year resolutioners have arrived. The revolution is happening at the gym. That's what I call it.
My buddy texted me yesterday. He's like, hey, you want to go to the gym? Well, we were leaving work. He's like, hey, you want to go to the gym around like 4:30? I'm like, yeah, that's fine as long as we're there before 5 area. And then he takes forever, like an hour to get ready. And like at 6 o'clock, he's like, you want to go to the gym? I'm like, what are you, nuts?
Bruh.
6 the first week of New Year's? No.
It's like, oh, boy. Yeah, you're out of your mind.
Yeah.
But
go on.
Yeah. So bringing up the topic of New Year's resolutions. Now, I know we did this last year. You guys are going to be like, wait a minute. We've done this already. Well, guess what? We're revisiting it a year later.
I mean, new year, new resolution. Why
new
not?
New year, new resolution. We're going to see how we did on our old ones from last year.
Ooh, reflection.
So if check out last year's episode if you want to know what we talked about last year, which I might have to do, but we'll talk about that later. So yeah, we're gonna get going here with our own New Year's resolutions for 2022.
And that's not to be 2020 also. It's like 2022.
Yeah, let's hope not, because that would be kind of awful.
Do we want to start with the reflection point? Like,
Yeah, let's start with let's
revisit
reflect.
our resolutions
If
from
you
how
can
we
last
did.
year.
remember the New
Or
Year
if we did.
resolutions, that is.
Yep. Well, I know Jared knows his,
well,
so
I can.
he should start.
Yeah, I can start us off.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, because I've been thinking about it a little bit. One thing new that I did last year that I really like, and it was super effective, is choosing a word for the year. Like just choosing whatever word, thinking about what it means to you and how you can implement it in your life. And my word was engage. And that basically meant to just like be present wherever I was. And I actually think I did a great job. I followed it the whole year through. I was constantly thinking about it. And then it got to a point where it was just like, it became second nature to me. It was crazy because I'm an introvert and I'm kind of shy in some ways. So I feel like whenever I'm in like a small setting of people, sometimes or like a large setting, it's hard for me to focus on getting to know someone. And I'm more like focused on trying to not seem awkward,
Yeah.
So this past year, I'll take an example. An example of like how I acted around Rachel's family. Let's take that. At the beginning of the year, I was not happy. Like I felt like I had spent all this time with them for New Year's and everything, but I didn't really connect too well. And I'm like, man, I literally spent like 48 hours with her family, and I don't really feel like I connected with them. And it was my fault. Like completely, I looked back on it, and that's why I chose, engage as my yearly like word, I guess. So I went into the year, and that's how it started. It wasn't starting great. And then over time, like whenever I would spend time with them, I would try to like ask them questions and like learn from them and stuff like that, and like learn about them. And now like I spent New Year's with them again, and I was there with them for like 48 hours, actually more like 72 hours. And It was great. It was awesome.
Dude, that's awesome how you're able to like reflect and like call yourself out on it and make the improvements, dude. I love that.
Yeah, and awesome. It was successful. It was awesome. And now I feel like whenever I'm in a small gathering or around new people, I know what to ask, and I just have like a better understanding of how to talk to people, really talk to people that I don't really know that well.
Then you
And
can
it's
just
great.
you can have fun with it instead of trying to not seem awkward to them. You can just enjoy where you're at and what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was the first time I've ever like chosen a word for the year, like as my resolution, and it worked out great.
yeah, that's
huge
pretty
brains.
cool. And when you think about, you go back to, we did an episode on habits, like forming habits. And when you think about it, it's kind of a similar principle with like what you did. It was, evaluating and realizing what the problem is and being able to make changes to fix that.
Yeah. Yeah, not just like a very important part of this is don't think of something like super negative about yourself. Like think of it as a fun challenge that will improve your life and make you more happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Because I'm sure that strengthens your relationship with Rachel as well. The whole.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Engaging.
Without a doubt.
Huge.
Should we move on to my resolution from last year?
Yeah.
For
Cool. You guys want to tell me what it was? Does anybody remember? Anybody?
Yours.
Bueller? Bueller?
Bueller. So I know, yeah, I don't know what your resolution was.
Was
I
it to
cannot
like
remember.
change or
We could pause this and I can go look at the last episode from last year if you want.
No, we'll. I have somewhere I want to go with this. A little.
was it something
because-
to do with your job? Maybe I don't know. Or
maybe?
'cause
Yeah,
you
I
had
don't remember.
yeah, because your intentions were to move to Nebraska and obviously change your whole life, pretty much. But
Yeah,
I mean,
I
which-
had a lot of big changes I want to make, and I don't think things played out. I wouldn't say things played out badly, but I also don't think
different.
things played out the way I thought they were going to.
Well, this is fun. I mean, why don't you remember them?
Well, I mean, it could be one of any reasons. Like maybe the way I see it is maybe something I thought that I thought was important to me at the time turned out to not be as important,
Yeah.
and focusing on something else became more important.
aha.
Yeah, a year is a long period of time, so
Yeah.
that makes sense. At the beginning of the year, like, how are you supposed to predict what you want to accomplish throughout the year when, like, your life can change throughout that entire year?
Right, and as we saw, like I made a very drastic change. I mean, granted, it was only a few months ago, but I made a very drastic change when I got offered a new job in like a totally different career field, and I decided to take that. So like, that changes things. I mean, it changed a lot because, as Joe said, one of the things I wanted to do was move out of New Jersey. I mean, not that I love living here, because I certainly don't, but because of this new job, it's lower on the priority list because this new job is going to afford a lot more better opportunities for me. So granted, I'm going to have to stay here where I'm not necessarily as happy. I think I can find happiness in the things that I do have and where
yeah.
I'm at.
Hell yeah, dude. Big facts.
So I think that's a big part of it. But yeah, I would say, your priorities change. Your priorities change all the time. You can set your priorities. We talked about this in the priorities episode that we did a few months back. You can set your priorities and you can say like, this is what's important to me, but life can change, everything can turn on a dime, and next thing you know, your priorities are totally different because you have to do different things and there's different situations and different life factors involved.
Yeah, like you can get an
Yeah.
email saying that you're going to Spain and then you realize you
Yeah.
have to get married.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
That'll do it.
That'll do
I
it.
I like how in Joe's situation, all that happens with just a simple email.
I know.
Your
Just
life's gonna change. Your life's gonna change forever.
Like, what if you deleted it by accident? Oh, oops, I deleted it.
Would've been
I wonder what
bad.
that was. Ah.
I never saw it. Oops.
But
yeah, dude. One
Yeah,
email,
so,
my life went.
when we get into, I'll get into my resolution for this year, which I think is going to be a lot easier for me to remember and stick to, because I'm not taking quite as traditional a route, kind of almost like Jared, because that's something new that Jared did. Like, that's something that I haven't really heard of before he did it, but I think it's a really good idea. I think it's like more of a non-traditional route, but I think it's a good way where you can kind of like make a big change with one word. Like you can make so many big changes. It's so broad. It's not like some like really super specific thing. Like, it's such a broad thing. It's so much, I don't want to say easier to accomplish. That kind of takes away from it, I think.
Since it's a word, it's like up to your own personal interpretation. So
Yeah.
it's not like I am going to accomplish this specific goal. It is, I want to, like, this is the word that I want to like carry on throughout the entire year, and every single situation you can utilize that in a different way if you want.
Right.
And that's the brilliance of it, because you choose something that you want more of in your life. Like, I wanted to engage more in my life. And that's what you do. You write down the word, the definition, on a sheet of notebook or in your journal on some paper, and you write down like, what does it mean to you at this time, and it update, like, you know, it's constantly changing because it's so broad, but you have it in your mind, like, you know where it hits most. And, you know, so you write in your journal, you know, when you start, and then you write in your journal again 3 months later, and then 3 months after that, and then 3 months after that, and then it's the end of the year. And it's constantly changing, like, where, like, what that means to you, like, in a specific part of your life. But I mean, I think it's brilliant. It worked wonders for me, and I'm excited to talk about what I have this year.
Did you come up with that idea on your own, or did you see that somewhere?
So what's it called? It's like a little deck of black cards, not Cards Against Humanity. I think it's like, it's called like Words of Wisdom or something. Basically, it's these cards that are a bunch of conversation starters. And I got it because I was like, you know, I want to learn to communicate more effectively, and, you know, actually be excited to like talk and learn from other people. So I got that card, or the deck of cards, and then they sent me an email and they said, hey, what's your word for the year? And I was like, word for the year? What are they talking about? So then I did a little bit of reading on it, and I was like, okay, cool. This seems pretty awesome. So I'll choose this word. And actually, funny enough, my sister Amy, I asked her what her word for the year was, and she has the same exact word as me.
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That's
It was crazy. So actually, I haven't talked to her since. I need to talk to her and ask her how she felt she did with it, and what her new word for the year is.
Yeah.
Can engage with each other.
I think, I think not, like, sometimes the non-traditional route with stuff like resolutions is a way to go, because you can tailor it more to you. Like, it's not that societal pressure of, you know, the typical specific resolution of, you know, this is the example that we always come back to, but I think it's the most common one for New Year's resolutions. But like, I'm going to get back in shape and be more healthy. I'm going to lose 20 pounds and do this and do that. It's so specific, and there's so much pressure to do it. And I know we've talked about this before. It's probably, I think that's a part of why people fail at their resolutions. But yeah, I like the non-traditional route, and mine I think is a little more non-traditional as well, but I'll explain it when we get to it.
Sweet.
So now we got Talon and Joe.
Talon, you can go before me.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of remember mine last year. Last year, I remember saying that I don't always like necessarily believe in like the New Year resolutions, like for the whole year. I kind of like life markers, such as like your birthday and stuff like that. Like, I want to accomplish something before a certain age. And I know last year, I can't remember, I think I had a couple things that I wanted to accomplish. I know that one of them was that I wanted to double my net worth and before I turned 25. I did accomplish that.
Hey,
Nice,
I did accomplish that because at the end of when I was like 24, it was my goal to my net worth to be like 100 grand. So I doubled that by 25. It might actually, I'd have to check. It might have gone lower because there's currently like a crypto and stock crash going on. So I actually don't know, but at like when I was like in like November, like my net worth was around like 250, and I'm just like, so I don't know what it's at right now. Yeah, so every single year that's gonna be part of my goals is to at least gain another 100 grand in my net worth.
Whew.
And then other than that, I want to get back in. I want to like actually try and start like real estate investing. So I want to try and buy another house this year. I already have like some goals coming up. Like at the end of this month, I have to take my first certification exam for my Network Plus. I have to take that. I think by January 23rd is when I'm supposed to. So I have to continue studying that. Other than that, I don't know. I think that's pretty much all of my major goals. Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
big year.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I can't think of like anything life changing. I want to get back into traveling because I haven't done that in 2 years.
There you go.
Last time I traveled outside the country was 2 years ago because of everything that's been going on. So at some point I want to get back into traveling. Sadly, with the new like variant, a lot of countries are kind of getting back to closing borders and stuff. So I don't know. Sadly it's not completely in my power, but if I get the chance, I want to take advantage of it. So
Sweet.
Hey man, you can always come visit me in Spain.
Yeah, dude, exactly. I mean, unless Spain gets locked down or something.
Yeah, right.
But
That's true. We'll
Special military business. I need to go visit Joe.
Facts.
yeah, exactly. I'll just stay at his house. Like it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna travel or do anything. I'm just staying at this person's house. Don't worry about it.
Perfect.
Facts.
All right, Joe.
So last year I kind of just bashed on New Year's, if I'm not mistaken, because I like
that
to.
was accurate.
Yeah, because I took the cynical route and say, you know, if you have to wait for a day to want to do something, you know, then I feel like you're already destined to fail. But a little bit more optimistic. You know, I respect it, and so I don't think I even set a New Year's resolution last year, so therefore I did not fail on anything.
Oh my gosh!
Okay.
If you don't set your expectations for failure, then you can't fail.
Exactly.
Brilliant.
But I do have something this year now, just because my life's a little bit changing. And it's actually extremely simple. I'm getting into cooking now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
super simple.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because you know I need to now that my life's moving forward. I have someone else in my life to look out for. So I've been, and you know, money. So I've been trying
The
to
Panda
save
Express
on money.
diet might not make her too
Yeah,
happy.
no. Orange chicken.
come home
chicken
from a
every
long
dinner,
day
I
with
mean,
your yeah. You can put it on fancy plates though and try and pretend like it's nicer.
Yeah.
That's
dress
true.
it up-
Be like, yo,
dress it
look
up
what
real nice.
I made. I have this.
I'm really good at this orange chicken.
I made this orange sauce, drizzled over some chicken. Just throw some. I don't know. No,
that's funny.
So I've been trying to experiment making new dishes and everything. I just made chicken parmesan the other night. That actually turned out pretty good. My mom gave me some tips to. I think she said to soak the chicken in salt water to make it more tender. So I'm gonna have to try that out next time. Because that was the one thing. Because I used.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know, right? I used chicken breasts, and they were a bit thick, and it wasn't super tender. Like it tasted good. It came out actually really well. Had some pasta on the side.
You want another good secret?
Go for it.
Take oil, put it in a plastic bag, right?
Okay.
Seal it. Take a mallet, pound it down so the whole thing is the same thickness. So that you don't have one part cooking faster than the other part does, because you'll have your thicker part which cooks up nice and tender, but then you'll have the thinner parts get overcooked.
Huge brains. See, that's the type of advice I need right there.
Yeah, son.
And and at that point too, because I do the same thing with cutlet, you want to make it a little bit thinner than how it comes, because then if you want to because like chicken parmesan, if it's breaded and stuff like that, you want to get the outside nice and crispy, but obviously it's chicken, you need to get it cooked on the inside. But if you put it at too high of heat, it'll cook too fast on the outside. The inside won't be cooked enough. if it's thinner like that, you can still put it on high heat. It'll get crispy on the outside, and it'll still get cooked all the way through.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go get some food now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, all right, we're going to take a little
My
break. We're going
stomach's
to all
growling
eat.
now.
All
And we'll
getting
be back.
hungry.
Make some videos of chicken parmesan.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
right.
should. Let's
So
do
we're gonna
lessons
start a
learned
food cooking
show.
channel now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Screw the rest of this crap.
That's awesome, dude. What I would do is like just look up one recipe each week, and then you can make it like once or twice
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
make several meals.
Yeah.
Not sponsored,
Or-
but check out Sam the Cooking Guy on YouTube.
Ooh.
He
Okay.
makes some awesome stuff.
Hell yeah,
Okay.
dude.
I've seen a couple of the videos.
Never
or
heard of
like
them.
we talked about it. I think we talked about it like last year on some random episode. I can't
I think
remember.
the diet episode.
But there's an yeah, I think so. But we there's like an app called Meal Lime, and I actually got like the premium subscription to it. It's called Meal Lime. It has all the like meals, and like it has the like ingredients and everything. And all you have to do is literally like in the app, you just say like what recipe you want for the week, and then you just order it at any of the like you can do an online order at any of the any of the grocery stores by you. Like yeah, so like it's literally like, oh, it's like I want this recipe. You literally just add it to an online order to, I don't know, like your Kroger or whatever it is, and then you just go pick it up, and it's literally all your like ingredients. You don't have to do any of the shopping or anything.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice. That's pretty sweet.
Great.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Cool.
All right, well, now that
yeah,
we've
I'm gonna
seemingly-
check out all these things.
Now that we've seamlessly transitioned into what our resolutions are going to be, thank you, Joe.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. Let's move on. Let's go to Jared. We'll circle back around to Mr. Rumsey here. I take it you have a new word.
Yeah, dude, I'm super stoked for this year. I used to feel the same way about New Year's resolutions, Joe, but I think anything that gives someone a chance, like an opportunity in their minds to try to achieve a new goal or like work towards something new, give it to them.
Right.
I'm
right.
fine with that.
Some people need a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people do. Some people need a little kick in the butt.
Facts.
My word,
truth.
or I have several words for the year, this year, but it basically comes down to doing more. So like taking more action. So I guess my word could be action.
I like that one.
But I want to act more, like
in movies?
when an opportunity is presented itself in front of me, like actually taking action towards it, and then learning more. I want to read more this year, because last year, I still read quite a bit, but I want to read like a book a week if I can. Maybe
Okay.
like that's not like a goal. Like if I don't read a book this week, then I failed. But that's like
General.
the amount of information I want to be taking in.
Okay.
So about a book a week.
Okay.
And leading more. So I guess learn, act, and lead are my words for the year.
Nice.
So I haven't journaled this down yet, but I'm going to. And then that'll give me more of like a clear vision of what I want. But I do have some ideas in my mind of things that I want to do or that I've wanted to do for a while now. And I don't really want to extrapolate on them until I actually have done
huge word.
something.
Extrapolate.
Did I use it right, Talon? Talon probably knows. I don't use that word a whole lot.
That was.
Dude, I don't know, man.
That's out of my
I don't-
dictionary.
Yeah, I'm terrible at English.
Do you even word?
I'm just really good at bullshitting papers. That's
Yeah. You have that little synonyms chart on Word documents. Yeah. Like, what's a different
I
word?
love that.
Someone's going to
Here we go.
message me and school me on it. Like, send
Oh,
me a
man.
whole
I hope so.
dictionary.
Roast Jared in the
there's like
comments if
there's
you
like an
didn't use
English
it
teacher
correctly.
that actually watches these.
Should
Do
be.
it.
We need one.
So that's my New Year's resolution, I guess. My words for the year. And
Sweet.
what I want to accomplish. I want to do more, and I want to lead more, and I want to learn more.
I like it.
awesome.
That's it.
Cool. Talon?
Who's next?
I'm calling out Talon. Elon Musk.
I think Talon is the way to move. Well, then
I mean, yeah, I kind of.
you already talked about
He
your
did
stuff.
kinda-
yeah.
he did
Yeah.
kinda,
Yeah, with your finances.
Yeah, finances. I want to get into real estate. Want to get traveling and everything like that. I kind of agree with Jared. I want to act more. I know like certain things in life kind of like I try and avoid some like certain work and stuff like that for like, and I'm really good at procrastinating in all honesty. But I think a lot of times like it's just better just to like do it and just like go head first like into a situation instead of trying to go around it and trying to avoid it. Yeah, just full send it. Get like if it's something that makes you uncomfortable or something, just get it done and over with. I know like when Tony was here for his last episode, what was that? Was that like it was like emotions and stuff like that? I talked about like fear. One of my biggest fears is public speaking. So I want to get kind of around, like get away from that because like anytime I have to talk in front of someone like a week before, I am just dealing with anxiety and being stressed out, and it ruins my life. Like it ruins my life.
Really?
Little like just anxiety like that really gets to me. So I want to just focus instead of focusing on something that's not here now, just focus on it when it gets to me. Yeah, and like a way that I've been trying to do that is like I did start my own YouTube channel as well, and it's very awkward to like get in front of a camera by yourself, like without anyone that you're actually talking to like right now, and
that
just like
weird.
have a conversation with yourself or like an imaginary group of people or something.
It's
so I have been
seriously a
doing
whole
that.
different animal.
Yeah, it's so I was doing that a little bit at the end of 2021. And I want to continue doing it now. Sadly, I kind of lost some drive for it, and like I make like one video a month or something like that. But I need to do it more. Maybe after like my certification exam, like I can focus more time doing it. But yeah, I think that helped me a lot, just being able to like talk to myself.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I guess that just leaves
Yeah,
me.
it's on to you, Randy.
All right. I told you guys I'm taking a little bit more of a non-traditional approach. And by that, I mean I want to commit fully to the person I became last year. I want to commit fully to the Randy that came out of 2021. Because I think I made a lot of big changes in 2021, and they were all changes for the better. And I think that I want to make sure I stay committed. And I think if I had to pick a word, like Jared did, I would say either commitment or consistency.
Ooh.
I think I want to go with consistency because I think one thing I tend to do is I get like fully into something and then I kind of lose consistency with it. So I want to stay more consistent this year. And I want to consistently stay the person I became last year because like I said, I made a lot of big changes, personality-wise, work-wise, life-wise. And I really like the me that came out of 21 and into 22. So that's my
I do
goal
too, man.
Thanks,
I
man.
like
Yeah, dude.
I like the Randy that came out of 2021.
Yeah.
Big heart emoji.
So I
Just get a third C word. You should do with compassion, so you can go compassion, commitment, and consistency.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, I want to commit to that person because I think that's the person that's going to really push me forward and push my life to where it needs to go.
I like that, dude.
That's great.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
told you,
think if
it's
you're
a
happy
different
with the
take.
changes that you made last year and like kind of the person you became, then why not just like try to extend that and just improve even more?
Right, and exactly, like that would be a good way to put it is improve upon the improvements that I made. And I think that's why I don't remember what my resolutions are from last year because I think I made so many big changes that I don't know that I did or didn't complete them, but what I do know is that I like what came out of it.
Yeah.
I
that's what I
agree
wanna
with that
stick to.
100% too.
Yeah. So I think that was why I wanted to start with it and then kind of circle back to it because I think it makes it make a little more sense because like people say how can you say you don't remember what you resolved to do from last year? Well, I don't remember because it's completely no longer relevant because now in my eyes this is what I want to do and this is what I want to be.
Yeah, your life changed so much
Yeah.
last year.
Big
Yeah, it
time.
did.
So,
Dude, I like it.
yeah, I like it. I think everybody had a lot of good things to say. I like that. I think we took a little bit more of a non-traditional approach to New Year's. I think it goes to show that it doesn't always have to be, the typical set, standard, cut and dry goals that people typically make during the New Year's season. I think you can kind of pick something that works for you. It doesn't have to be general or it doesn't have to be broad. It can be more general and less specific.
Yeah, I think, there's obviously a big problem because without going on too big of a tangent, a lot of people fail at their New Year's resolutions. So I think it's important to maybe try to think of a non-traditional approach.
Yeah.
Which is what it seems like we have done.
And I think it's worked.
That's good.
Definitely.
I think it's also just important just to, if you do a New Year's resolution, do something that actually you want to do, not just like those social norms. Like I feel like a lot of those like weight loss ones and getting to the gym, it's not because like you necessarily, it's like I want to do this. I think it's a lot of like I want to look better for certain people, or it's just like they want something for some social reason. It's not always 100% for them. If it's for you, most likely you'll get it done. If you have like some other motivation from it, some exterior motivation, you're probably not going to get it done.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about our motivation episode, intrinsic versus extrinsic, and I think when it comes to something like a resolution, it really has to be intrinsic. Like people might argue with me on that, but I don't think when it comes to personal change, it can really come from somewhere else. It's got to come from you.
And what's the best way to find that out is I think it's to write it down.
Yeah.
To have a journal and write this down, start small or like very broad with, what's my word? This is my word for the year, or this is my goal for the year. And then just start asking yourself why, and just keep asking yourself why, and just like go down that rabbit hole on that sheet of paper and really write down your thoughts, and it'll help you articulate actually, your why, your motivation.
Yeah. And see where that
that'll
takes
tell
you,
you if you
do it on New Year's and look at it on New Year's the following year and see how long is that sheet, how many pages.
Yeah. And then if there's a day where you're not feeling it, then go back to your journal and look at that and read it. And if that doesn't,
you can figure out,
that should give you your answer.
Backtrack and figure out what went wrong. Where'd you go? Why am I off my goal now? What changed? It's like we started here. At what point on my list did we stray off from where we wanted to go?
As Drake once said, started from the bottom. Now I am here.
All right, with that,
amen. That was always in with the quote. I think that's a great place to end.
Can't top that.
No, we're done. So I hope you guys took something away from what we have chosen as our New Year's resolutions, and we're going to keep you guys posted on how that's going for us.
Ooh. I'm going to try to put up some like cooking stuff. Anything that I make new, I'm going to put up on the social media.
Ooh, do like an artsy, like over the table picture of your meal and stuff.
Pamela made sure we
really
did that.
Nice and everything.
Yeah. I'm going to start doing that too.
Yeah, we hope you guys took something away from today. Go for that non-traditional route if that's what you think is going to work. But you got to do what's going to work for you. I think that's the key is don't pick something that somebody else wants you to do or that you want to do for someone else. Do it for yourself, because otherwise, you're really setting yourself up for failure. And with that, Jared, take us home.
Yeah. If what you've been doing in the past hasn't worked, try something new. What's the worst can happen? You fail at this one too? I mean, you got to do something new, out of the box, out of the ordinary. So go and get it done. Prosper, have fun while doing it. This has been Lessons Learned.
Wait. Pull it back down.
Wait.
Pause.
Wait.
Pause. Jared. We killed Joe with our pause. That's great. Jared, what do you want to do? You want to read some more books?
I do want to read some more books. And you know what? Sometimes I don't always have time to read, so I'm like chilling in my car or something.
So what can you do instead? You can click the link down below. First time of the year, and we almost forgot, but we remembered right here at the very end, so it is fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh man.
Click the link down below, and you will get Audible free for 30 days. Click it. Do it. You can listen to all of your favorite books on tape. I'm still calling it books on tape. I don't care what your survey says. Books on tape, free, 30 days, Audible. Do it. Jared,
I forgot
take
we
us
did
home.
that. This has been Lessons Learned. Randy said it all. You know, we got a YouTube, we got a podcast on Spotify and pretty much everywhere. And we have social media. It's going to be linked in the description to whatever you're listening to this on. So go check it out. Support, like, so we pop up in the algorithm more. We appreciate it. Comment if you have any changes or if you want to just start a conversation with us. Like,
do it.
any of us would be happy to talk to you. Yeah, and then ideas for podcast episodes and ideas that you would like us to cover. So until next time, this has been Lessons Learned. And see ya! My camera's up here.
Oh, God.
Oh, you can't reach it.
Nerd.